Hello, boils and ghouls, and tonight's episode is a real scream of RGDS, your retro gaming discussion show. It's your host, Paul the Spookmaster Driscoll, aka the Drisk, and joining me is the Ghoul Gang. Yes, joining us we have Gulistair Macmillan, aka Almac, and Gordon the Pun King, aka Kingy. How are you both?
Oh, these get worse every year, mate.
I actually thought that was quite good, the Pun King. I like that. That was good. I'm well, thank you. I'm well. How are you all?
Very good. Well, actually, I've been sick. Well, I think like everybody, we've all came down with the meetup lurgy, didn't we?
All those pesky kids running around the place, touching all the machines. That's
yeah, nice. I think it is. Yeah. I wonder if we get like equivalent of like bug spray, but for the kids as they rub us.
So rather than using hand sanitizer, I think arcade clubs should sell joystick condoms. How's it? Maybe a bit niche, but
yeah, I'm not so sure.
yeah. I was gonna suggest, but that would ruin the machines, wouldn't it? I was gonna suggest like in Blade, where the sprinklers suddenly come on, but with antiseptic. But it's been wonderful, and we thought we would do a catch up because, of course, a week or so ago we did the RGDS yearly meetup at Arcade Club in Bury. It gets better every year, and it was really humbling, wasn't it, that so many of our core listeners made the effort. I mean, some people coming as far as Northern Ireland, and even Henhouse Pete cycling in from Wales again. I don't know how he does it. Now, I'm going to pass it to Almac Festival, but do you want to describe the venue to our listeners that perhaps didn't go, and try and encourage them for next time to come and join us?
I mean, it's an old Victorian style factory building. Don't actually know what it used to be, but it's like across 4 floors, and each floor has got a unique sort of collection of different arcade machines. There's a floor there for all the kids and the family, really, at the ground, which has got a lot of the air hockey, and it's got Fortnite set up, and it's got Mario Kart and a whole bunch of stuff, which is really good.
Yeah.
And then you've got a floor with a lot of pinball tables. There's some stuff there. I love the Candy Cab sort of offshoot room is fantastic. Just going in there,
amazing games in there.
Two rows of end-to-end candy cabs, which is brilliant, with all your shooters and fighters and stuff. They had a bunch of pinball machines there, and the crazy Japanese-style washing machine arcade time and rhythm machines, all that stuff.
I never get those.
I don't get them as well. And then you got a bunch of classic arcade machines or newer arcade machines, and then on the top floor is our favourite, right? That's where we spend probably most of our time. Although, interestingly, we'll probably talk about this later, not all of the weekend was spent there. There was definitely another little room that we discovered, which was new to us, the sort of more adult room. Not like that, but it was really good fun.
Yeah, let's. I'll pass to Kingy to describe that a bit better before we.
Yeah, probably better. Probably more apt for him to describe that. Yes.
Yeah. So Almac went in with a big wad of cash, walking into that adult room. Yeah. No, it is. It's just because all the pinball tables have been moved there. There's obviously a bar there, but then most of the floors have bars, so that doesn't stop kids being unsupervised on these ones. But with the pinball tables, they get a lot of abuse. I think it's a more wiser place. And audio levels, because it used to be in the Japanese floor, and you couldn't hear the pinball tables for all the noise. Or was it the other floor with the basketball hoops or whatever one it used to be on? Yeah. It was always so noisy that you couldn't appreciate the tactile response on these tables. So I'm glad they've been moved there. The same with the analog machines as well. So we'll get on to games like Ice Cold Beer and Fire Escape in a little bit. But they're there because, they're irreplaceable and they have bespoke parts in them. So you need to have a bit more respect for these machines. You leave that. Ice Cold Beer used to be up on the top floor near the bar, and the kids would just go and batter the crap out of it, wouldn't it? It's like, oh my God, this machine ain't going to last. It's never going to survive. It's going to be, and they're rare enough as it is, these kind of things. So they're kept there. And some of the classic machines like Defender and stuff like that there as well.
It's just nice to have a separated place where
it is. It's more
because it is great. I mean, you do get like families and young kids enjoying, and learning about these period of games. I mean, it is nice, but also like any kids, they're always like running around, and on the Saturday it can get a bit much. So it's nice to have that ability to go to somewhere where there isn't any kids running around. Plus, in the pinball, I mean, the thing, the sound, you're absolutely right. You get a banging headache on the Japanese floor. You still do, but because of all the rhythm machines. But the worst thing with the pinball where it used to be on the Japanese floor is that you couldn't even see the table properly because it was too dark. Whether now it's a bit better lit, so you could see what the hell was happening, which is so important with pinball.
Yeah, I would probably argue now, finally, pinball tables have found their place in Arcade Club properly, to the point that I could easily spend an entire day just playing pinball machines and drinking at the bar there. And a couple of games of pool and stuff like that as well, because there's a few pool tables. It's just a great thing, and I think we found out on the Saturday night that towards the end, and as competitions were getting heated on ice cold beer, that most of us had migrated down to that level at that point. So it was a good sort of, finale to the weekend down there. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I was too caught up with all the flashing arcades elsewhere, but I did pop down now and again just to see everybody. But I can see why, people enjoying with the pool and that. And also you got the it's quite nice inclusion, the BBC Micro that had obviously Chucky Egg and the C64 and the Spectrum, all with the ability to load any game you want. But it's really old school. You had to wait the full loading time, which is a bit of a shock.
It's more of a shock. It's just a good reminder as to how long things used to take.
Yes,
right? It's funny.
Yeah,
I remember showing my son recently. I was like, "Oh, look, check this game out on a Spectrum Plus 2 and tape." And not only did he shout at me like, "What is that horrific noise?" The screeching tape. He just couldn't believe how long it took to load. He wandered off board.
Yeah,
there's a generation
he just
now.
walked away. Next.
Your son, like my son, they don't even know the dial-up tone on a modem and the data stream loading onto your modem either. Even the internet's even instant for them, There's nothing that gives them that learn to be patient mindset.
Yeah, well, I remember that when we had the internet and you're waiting for that picture to download and it's line by line. Is that what you're talking about?
What picture would that be, Alistair?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, happy days. Yeah, and of course, it does get better every year. I mean, the thing that really struck me about the machines before we pass over to you guys to talk about, the community aspect of it, but the upkeep of the machines is the best I've ever seen. I mean, I'd heard they'd got like the best CRT engineer in the world, is how it was being described to me by a number of people, actually, both at Retro Realm and others, that for Arcade Club. And I thought it was a bit hyperbolic, but having seen the quality of all those CRTs, I fully believe it. I think,
Well, when you're the only one in the world left, you can't argue that claim you're the best.
But
to that point, we had some issues with some of the machines, right? And we found one of the guys that was walking the floor and told him, and he'd go along and fix it almost straight away, which was great.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen to this, Davey boy, one of our Discord. He whinged and moaned, "That's not working, that joystick's not working." "Well, did you report it?" "It's just not working." "Fucking report it."
And it will be working, which is what happened, right? So
yeah, I was pleased with that because there was some new machines there. Like there was Super Monaco GP, which it's not the greatest game, but it's been a good decade since I last played it in the arcade. So it was a bit of a shame that it was. The steering wheel wasn't working, but you're absolutely right. I mean, I reported it. I wasn't like huffy or anything. Just said, "Oh, by the way, it's not working." And you're right. In a couple of hours, they'd fixed it, and then I played it, and then thought, Super Monaco GP still not as good as I remember.
After all that, can you put it back to how it was? Broken, please.
Yeah.
They've got the high score.
There was quite a few interesting new ones, wasn't it? I mean, actually, one of the ones I had a lot of fun with. Did you try Six Gun Shooter?
I watched you play it. I didn't play it myself.
It's basically a sequel to Mad Dog McCree. I didn't know it existed, to be honest. It's like, I mean, obviously you got Mad Dog McCree 2 and things like that, but it's sort of like that similar idea with the video things. But it's actually a lot more playable than those games. Oh,
it's still videos. It's video footage. It's not a video game when you have, my stance on this, Paul.
I know.
I just can't stand video
tell me,
footage in a
how
game.
do you really feel? I'm confused. I'm not sure if you like it or not.
Got pixels. Not interested.
Oh,
It's got pixels, but just nobody drew them by hand. That's
yes.
what
Well, yeah. That.
Well, I thought it was very good. If people are watching the video version, you'll see some of my wonderful footage, and you see how crap I was playing it.
Clearly, a person didn't get Tin Can Alley back in the day. That's for sure.
Because I recorded.
Too young. That's why.
I recorded so much footage because I had my my sex toy Black Betty, didn't I? The little clamp.
I've never heard of that.
I had the clamp to be able to like grab footage. So over the coming months, I will try and upload. My hope is to just capture, because I think it's so important to capture, these sort of like gameplay footage. One of the things I'm actually quite regretful of is that, because you just never thought about it, did you? Like, I mean, in the 90s when we had like video cameras and things to capture arcade places and things like that, because you just think, well, you just don't think it, do you? You don't think.
No, they're going to be there all the time.
To be an archivist in that way, capture the whole spirit of it. Yeah. We lived in but that was the whole thing. Like anything, we lived in the moment back then. We didn't need to record every instance, and I think it's maybe went the other way in this day and age, that we maybe record just a little bit too much. I think we perhaps overshare a little bit too much in social media of us looking like dicks on a Friday night, pissed at our faces with a traffic cone on our head, running about or whatnot. But we maybe all done that in the 90s, but we didn't record it.
Which is a good job, actually, isn't it?
Yes.
You think of all the things we got up to.
Yeah,
I do feel for the younger generation.
We did record, there's 2 videos being released on YouTube at the moment. You've done a high-speed walkthrough of all the floors, which is really good. It really captures the machines, geography of the place and the machines, what to expect for anyone that doesn't know. And then also we've released wouldn't call it a documentary, but just a little expose off the weekend of the RGDS meetup.
I loved your video of that, because it really captured the social aspect of things.
That's what I wanted to do, and thanks to everyone that did upload footage, because I couldn't record everyone and get around everyone, so there's some great footage there. So really much appreciate to everyone that did that, and it's a little half an hour video of it, so we'll put both of these on the show notes.
And it is what it's all about, isn't it? It really makes it worth it, because as we don't make any money from this, it's just a hobby. And sometimes when you're like up into the wee hours of the night editing and thinking, why the hell am I doing this?
Why am I doing this?
I always find when we do our meetups, it's like, that's why we're doing it. It's for the community. It's for...
Bang on.
Yeah. So it always makes me very happy and sort of rejuvenates me, and I'm sure like the fellow hosts as well. Apart from Almac, he's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He hasn't been beaten down yet.
There's time.
I mean, some of the videos do take a while to do, right enough, but I get shouted at. It's like, have you not finished in there yet? Because I'm in the garden at the end of the garden. It's like, what are you doing in there?
Awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, was there any other machines that were new to you just want to shout out? Or
yeah, I mean, there was a few that were there. So obviously we were covering some, but to see Wacko in the wild, is very unusual. Obviously, we're going to be covering that one, so we'll describe the cab in that.
Yeah.
When we come to it, Ladybug makes its presence there.
Yeah, that was great to see, because it's such a beautiful cab as well, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. The other analog game I mentioned there that complements Ice Cold Beer, Fire Escape, which is just a wonderful ball mechanic one. Yeah, very hard to play. My mind couldn't cope with it because left and right were inverse for me, and it's I don't do good when left and right screwed up in my mind. Wonder Boy Monsterland was there.
That was good. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And the one that we had in the adults era, which was quite funny, the Arm Champs 2, the arm wrestling one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you had fun with that.
A few folk had fun with that.
I saw the footage of you cheating, putting your foot on it and that. I'll fight you with my leg.
I was too nervous to try with that one, because they said about how a week before someone broke their arm using that machine.
Yeah, like he was telling us about that, wasn't he, Paul? He's like, my boy last week broke his arm on that. Like, oh my God.
So I thought, I won't go do that.
Osteoporosis or something.
I mean, maybe. I mean, we're all pretty old, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I've not that long recovered from a hernia operation. I don't want to go.
Let's not go to that.
Yeah, part 2. So.
I mean, the only ones for me that were interesting was Rampart. Was great to see in the arcade. I've never seen that in the wild. I mean, it's not really a good game for the arcade, to be honest, Rampart. Yeah. But it was interesting to see. And likewise, Clax. It was interesting to see because I've never seen that in the arcade. Again, it's not.
I thought Clax was there last year.
I don't remember it, if it was. But,
okay.
But did you finally, actually more importantly, did you finally go and play on Thunderblade? Because you didn't know it was there last year,
Yeah, that's right. I sought it out and had great fun with it. I still think it's in the wrong area, right? Yeah. You know, near the first floor entrance it was. Too cold down that bit. I tend not to frequent that bit. But you know what? It was everything I remembered it was playing with the tactile controller, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It was as good as the 3DS version is. Really enjoyed it. It's probably the only way to play it with configured controls, you know, for a non-arcade system.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I just don't like the game. I don't know. What do you think about it, Almac?
I completely missed it. So you put me on the spot there, and I didn't even play it. So
well escaped.
Exactly. I was either arm wrestling too much or playing ice cold beer for the entire weekend, I think, or sticking to Donkey Kong 3. So yeah, one of those.
Cool. Any more machines you want to shout out before we go into talking about
one other one? Yeah, Lorenzo and his brother Nick, they found a good one, Silent Scope, which was pretty good.
I never got it. That's another one I don't enjoy.
Sniper gun on the
Silent Scope's been there forever.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it before.
Was it Silent Scope or Silent Scope EX? Because they have both.
I think it was Silent Scope.
Was it the one near the absolutely fantastic 6-gun shooter that Kingy hates?
I think it was next to Time Crisis 2.
Oh, right, yes. So that is Silent Scope. Yeah. So because they had also Silent Scope EX, which is like the modern sequel as well in the pub air. I don't know. I never really got on with that game, but it is one of the ones which is unique. I mean, to our listeners, perhaps listening with audio, it's basically the one with the scope, isn't it? And you look through the scope, and there's another TV mini screen, isn't it?
Mini screen, it gives you the illusion you're zooming in on. Very clever design, actually.
It's clever design
in that way. Yeah. I liked it on the Dreamcast. I played that a hell of a lot on that, but.
Yeah, and it was really good because you had the gun for the Xbox. Right. Oh no, for the Xbox you had the gun, wasn't it? That was a good way of playing it as well on the Xbox. Cause
Never saw it on that.
Yeah, because you had like a thing you could look down. I mean, I tended to use it for just House of the Dead 3.
Okay.
Right, okay. I guess enough nattering with that, but let's go on to one of the other things we always do on the evening. Is we always do like a high score competition, a fun competition between everybody. So I thought it'd be fun if I'll pass it to Almac. If we go through just describing each of the games that we did this year and the scores, some of the scores that people got, because I thought it'd be nice for people that perhaps weren't able to make it or just, didn't make it for various reasons or new to the podcast can have a friendly competition to see how they fare against some of RGDS listeners' best. So, do you want to
brag about our scores too much? But yeah,
that's what I like, though, isn't it? It's not. It's attainable scores.
For sure.
Particularly one of them, I saw somebody put 1 as that score.
That's hard game.
I thought I could. I might have.
I'm going to beat that. And you came back with nothing.
I don't even. I'm so bad at games. I don't even attempt to do it. But yeah. Do you want to like go through?
Sure. Yeah. So I mean, the first one on our list, so in no particular order, was Bump and Jump. So for those who don't know, that's an overhead view of you're controlling a little car and you bump the other cars into the side, or you can jump up in the air once you've got enough speed to land on top of them and ultimately just get through each stage. You get a higher bonus for the more cars you've either smashed into or you bumped into the side.
Yeah, no, it's a fun little game.
Fun little game.
And who got number 1 on that?
Top of that was Lorenzo with 55,852.
That is impressive.
I was gutted. I was second with 54,321, and Logan was third with 36.
Yeah, so you're pretty close then.
Close, but no cigar.
Yeah.
And then we've got, after that we had Chase HQ, which wasn't to describe for too much for people. So you're chasing the criminals. You've got to smash into the car and knock the engine down. And again, Lorenzo came out on top there.
Yeah, he was very focused towards getting.
Yeah. 1.4 million, I think.
That's amazing. I have to say, actually, Chase HQ, it was the best I'd seen it there, because the CRT had been sorted, so it was really popping the screens, but they'd also got the controls right. It was the first time.
No, the Whingy Moaners moaned all weekend. It was broken, and right didn't work on the steering wheel. So honestly, no end between Davey again, right, the resident complainer, right? Yeah, absolutely. I've never seen moan so much between him and Basmac as well, right? He complained, honestly, on the way home on the train. Right steering wheel didn't work. That was all I heard. It's going to be the quote of the weekend.
It worked fine for me. I don't know, but I still wouldn't have got anywhere near Lorenzo's score. That's an impressive score that he got. Yeah. So what's the next one then?
Shoplifter, which I did not play, so maybe let somebody else describe this one a little bit. I mean, I've got an idea what's about, but yeah, Shoplifter was the next one.
Yeah, I mean that's a classic, isn't it? Sega. I mean, it's you basically go and I've only played the home ports of it really, but you go and pick up soldiers on the ground, isn't it?
Kind of Defender with a helicopter.
Yeah, Defender with a helicopter. It's I prefer the home ports of it. I did try it, but I found I wasn't very good at it. So, well, I would definitely be with Rich J on 3 points.
Fair enough. But
who got number one?
Theirs.
Yes, it's an arcade. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, 12,650.
Well done, Grandad.
Yeah, very impressive.
Snarkade's and Grandad off the group.
No, I'm a Grandad as well. That's
as an age, not biology. By biology.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah,
Lorenzo came in second, and then Dr. G in third.
Yeah, good scores. So I'd be interested. Obviously, if people want, we'll obviously give the show note link so people can see the scores if you want to try and see, or we're certainly on the video version. I'll put up.
Scroll down the web page. Yeah.
And what about the next game?
The next one was Dig Dug, which we all know and love.
Okay. Did we miss Chucky Egg or not? I'll be going alphabetical.
Oh, I don't know why that was added.
What, Chucky Egg?
It wasn't added. It was added last minute in the placing meeting after I discovered it was there.
Yes,
right,
true.
but it wasn't one of the initial selections.
Yeah, that'll be why.
But impressive score by Henhouse Pete.
Well, you would expect that from him, wouldn't you?
Well, with
with his name and his avatar.
So I mean, 249830.
Yeah. Oh, it's chump change. That's easy, lad.
Well, it's the amount of time you have to give over to a BBC game.
Yeah, it's true for that. Not going all the way to Arcade Club to play Chucky Egg because I can play that at home.
And then,
so to carry on.
As I say, Victor came in second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth.
The
two
of
them
really
played that.
It does tickle me. He flew all the way from it was at Northern Ireland.
Yeah, but also
Chucky Egg.
Pete was wise. I watched him play it. He does the standard because you have to define the keys on the game. Okay, so he's QA, OP, and spacebar. Not Mictor. He does this weird Vulcan death grip finger combination of QA, OP, and K, or something like that, right? Where his pointer finger rather than the thumb is doing all the jumping. No wonder you couldn't beat his score with weird configurations of keyboards like that. Serves you right.
Hand like a claw. There you go.
The claw.
So yeah, Dig Dug was next. And Davey Boy topped that with 48,850.
Well done.
I came in second with 25,409. Dr. G in third.
So I presume that machine wasn't broken.
I think, to be fair, I think he broke it actually because I noticed it didn't go right for a while. Oh dear. Then we've got Donkey Kong 3, which is
the decent Donkey Kong, right? Yeah,
okay. the one that you prefer because it's more like a shoot 'em up. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I topped that one with 131,400.
That's a very good score, actually.
Thank you.
Well,
and then
why are we not naming and shaming the lowest person on the list?
Well, I mean, I can do in a minute. Well, Sai was second with 77,800 and Dr. G 57,500. All good scores.
Well done.
And then who came last? Kingy with 5? No, I'm joking. Snarkade 10,000.
But in fairness,
you got better though. He's got a few scores.
In fairness, I never got anywhere near those scores, and I like.
And you like the game.
3. So yeah, for naming and shaming, I wasn't on there. Yeah. So what's next?
Next was Ghouls and Ghosts.
There's a story to this one as well, isn't there, Al? Right, this was chosen by Mictor, the very person that made the score system. Right,
I forgot about this. Yeah.
So he starts entering this freaking score, and it's like that's a bit high, right, or whatever. Right, this is strange. Now this was his choice. Remember that, so he chose Ghouls and Ghosts, but in his head, he started. He thought they were the same game, so he went and played Ghost and Goblins and put the score up for that. Like, what a muppet! So he quickly deleted that. So I do believe the score he did contribute into this list.
Yeah, it was quite low.
Is low.
Number 9.
Realise I'm shit at this game, so I still undecided what game in his mind's eye he was wanting to choose to play.
I think it was the newer one.
I think it was Ghost and Goblins.
Oh, well,
probably,
maybe, I don't know.
That's what he played.
Who knows?
But I don't know. It's Stuart's inquiry for the score because Dr. G beat me by 100 points. So I'm not sure if that's just him.
That's a
score up.
that's a Drisky score on the Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah,
when
Sunday,
no one's there.
But we'll give it to Dr. G. So 17,100 and I was 17,000. So and then Bazmac coming in third.
We keep saying Bazmac, but it's Bazzy MC. I'm sorry, I've always I seem to. It's just because I think it's with Almac, and he's. Yeah, it's because he's just straight after me in the high score table, so I think I've got visual dyslexia or something in there, and just making up his name. But Barry McSee. Barry McSee.
Gunsmoke got no scores submitted, so
because it isn't there.
Because it wasn't there.
Oh, that's right, it wasn't there, was it? That's right.
That's why I know.
And this was Snarkade's choice, and again, it was like Gloomy Glad from the cheeky annual all that weekend. Honestly, him and Davey may as well go and have a miserable pint in the corner because out of 10,000 games, one wasn't there. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Well, I think we bumped into the owner, and he had to go at him as well. So
yeah, he did. Outside now.
Oh, lifetime ban coming. Anyway, I'm gonna miss just now the ice cold beer and come to that one at the end. So the next one was Juno First, which I don't think I played at.
Brilliant. But funnily enough, though, again,
was this the one that was next to this one that was next
ice cold
to
beer?
Ice Cold Beer?
Funnily enough, because usually flies to a shite with my ice cold beer. Where you were playing that, I was playing Juno. I couldn't get on ice cold beer for you big bullies. They're all bigger than me, listeners, and they didn't let me on. It wasn't fair.
Well, so do you want to describe Juno First to our listeners, Kingy?
No.
He's raging still.
No. It's a fantastic, really different feel shooter because you can move both backwards and forwards on the planes, and it is a vector landscape down below. And so it is just a shoot 'em up. I mean, the aliens come in waveforms, but just with the backwards motion, it was a game changer on the game. And just with the minimalistic vector style ground, or whatever you want to call it, it gave you the illusion of depth and height. It was just a good feel game and really enjoyable. I'd never played it.
Oh, I love Juno Fest. It's a good game.
It just wasn't something that ever came under my radar, so I've never played it on main anyway. So I got hooked on this, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was fantastic.
And that happens every year, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Someone makes a suggestion for the high score, and because I mean, even though I don't go for the high score, I always make a point of playing them all. And often, I mean, like time.
What?
Which one? What? What's it called? I don't know.
Konami
Time Pilot.
Time Pilot. Yeah.
Well done, Paul. Well done.
I'm blaming the flu.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, every year you sort of like discuss. You know, even if you know of the game, playing it properly makes it makes you.
Yeah, because
appreciate
previous year was
games,
Zookeeper, and it was me and Turnbull on Moon
Patrol.
Moon Patrol the year prior. It almost got. I mean, I had one. It's not even been mentioned yet. I was on it most of the weekend as well. There's always one, but that was good. I really liked that, and some good scores in this by people. Until Batward stopped working, Davey.
Well, you would say that because you came first with 191,000.
I didn't break it. It wasn't me. You know my tactic. Once I get the high score, I normally smear dog shite on it so no one else touches it. That's my tactic.
I thought you normally fart.
That's Charlie. That's Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's tactic.
But do you know, you came first, King, you 191,000, and then Dr. G, 124,720 second, and then Davey, 85,000.
Well done, Davey.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Next one, Puzzle Bobble. Another one I didn't actually get to play this weekend.
I don't really like Puzzle Bobble as a game, so I just couldn't be bothered even. I mean, I own it on my PlayStation because I got it in the day because it was a hit and you got it. But it was off its time, and I don't know.
I enjoy it as a game, but not necessarily as chasing a high score.
It's a get in the zone thing and chill out, perhaps. That's a good score by Obusky. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Very good score. What did he get? He got
3.19 million. So yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, 3.191280 million.
Yeah.
Well, and then
I'm
Logan
glad you
came in
said that because I was
second.
ready to say 319,000 because I'm shit at maths.
Well, it gives some perspective because second place by Logan was 152,000, and then Lorenzo 144. So good score. Quantum is the next one that we had on our 5-screen list.
Yeah, and that was new, wasn't it, this year for Barry?
I did not get a chance to get on this. I'm pissed off. It looked fantastic. Every time I went round to it, Snarkade was on it. Darren, stop hogging machines, mate.
Yeah, true. It's really,
I mean, to our listeners, it's a vector game, isn't it? But you use a trackball and you sort of basically have to loop, like lasso.
Yeah, you draw like a circle around little planets that are bouncing around the place, and if you enclose them within one loop before they've broken through the loop,
it's kind of like Kits, but on steroids.
Yeah. But everything's bouncing around, and it's great fun.
And there's a lot of nuance. There's a good one for score chasing because, like, obviously, as you highlight more in one loop, you get a much bigger score.
Right,
so you know, it's a good one to chase for high scores.
So Darren did it again.
So well done, Snarkade.
Snarkade, 38,000, and then Lorenzo
was close though.
Lorenzo liked this.
Close.
He really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and then
he got 36,840.
And Logan was in third with 32,640. So some really good scores there. And the next one probably didn't describe very much at all, which was Rainbow Islands. Which I don't know if I like it or not. I sometimes like it and I sometimes hate it. I don't know what it is about that game.
I like it, but I'm never of score hunting. I'm more how far can I get?
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I don't go after all the diamonds or crystals and
But I did really open my eyes. You know, I've been doing the Amiga Power sort of like deep dive videos. It really opened my eyes reading the sort of like tip section of that for Rainbow Islands because there's so much nuance, a bit like, you know, Bubble and things like that, where, you know, it depends where you kill the enemies, depends on the gem that you will get, the color gem, and you know that's all those things, and it's just something I've never really. One of these days, I'm gonna do what I did with sort of like Bubble and sort of learn a lot of these nuances, and I bet that will up my enjoyment even more.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to make. Was Bubble? I think there were some of the secrets and such like were easier to discover by accident, and therefore I learned how to play that game without reading up on it. Rainbow Islands, I think because the water pursues you more than the timer that counts down before, you know, down on Bubble, that it is more a progress game. I'm with you guys on that. You just want to see what the next level's like.
But some good scores here too.
Well done, Baz. Yeah. What did he get?
859,050 points. So
that's really impressive. Well done.
Drisky was second with 780,960, and I came third with 512,000.
Well done.
Good.
And then, of course, we've got the standard of every year we do this one, isn't it? The next one.
Ridge Racer. Yep. Always a firm favourite. Well, apart from me, because I'm absolutely awful at this game. But there's two people here who are continually on it. There's probably 3 or 4 actually that are always on it, but the high score table is obliterated by Oblisky and Turnbull.
Yeah.
So 1 minute, 6 seconds, and 177 milliseconds, which is a ludicrously fast time. And Turnbull.
And who was that?
That was Oblisky. Oblisky got that, yeah.
Oblisky got that, yeah.
And Turnbull's just behind 1 minute, 6 seconds again, but 278 milliseconds.
Now, to put that in perspective, Turnbull picks Oblisky up on the way to Arcade Club and obviously takes him home because he passes by his area. It's not too much a detour for him. On the way home, because Oblisky bet his score quite late on in the weekend, that, as to quote Turnbull, was seething so much he did not speak to Oblisky on the way home in the car.
I thought you were going to say he didn't give him a lift.
Left
him behind. I'll see you downstairs in 10 minutes and left in 5 minutes, you know. And I shouldn't miss out, so to say, Logan came third there as well, so that was just slightly behind.
I mean, look,
but
it's like when you watch.
I mean, we're talking milliseconds between.
It's like watching the F1 and you hear, Mercedes have won or Red Bull have won, and it's just in milliseconds. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah. And I mean, this is like insanely good scores. I mean, if people want to try with this one with Ridge Racer, so this is the total. Is it the fastest lap or is it the total score?
Fastest lap.
Fastest lap on the novice track,
so it's 2 laps.
Two laps, yeah.
Yeah.
On automatic, but if you want to do manual, you can. There's no...
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Very, very impressive.
It's great to watch because you have, with this one, there's always a crowd round you watching you play it. And then you hear you're doing well, and then all it takes is one collision with a bumper of an arsehole AI car. It's just not behaving the way you want it to. Just there's a luck element in the game, the way the computers, but the AI cars work sometimes, and they just they nudge you, and that's you screwed. You've lost that, milliseconds shaved off the time then, and you're like, you're not going to be in the 106 club anymore.
It's such a good score. I mean, that's not far off. I think the world.
It's in 105, I think.
Yeah. That's like amazing. Yeah. So, what's the next one?
Next one was another firm favourite of people's, the Space Harrier.
Yeah,
it's a great game.
Yeah, awesome. This is obviously, I think everybody knows it. Sega shooter, absolute classic. So, who got top on that?
It's an arcade with 3.3 million. Very good score.
That's an impressive score. He must have been playing that for a long time.
Dr. G was second with 2.98 million. And then I think Lorenzo was third with 2.72.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I enjoyed playing that. You know what? Every time I went to Arcade Club, I've just avoided it. I always felt it was a thing of its time, and I just never really went back to it.
Oh no, it's a great game.
It is a great game, and I really enjoyed it. And it so works good with that joystick, doesn't it?
It does. You need to sort of play. I want to play the. Does anyone know if Leeds has the deluxe version, the one that moves?
I don't know. I would hope so.
But I love Space Harrier. Such a great sort of like pure shooter. The sprite scaling. I mean, again, I never really play it for score. I just play it for progress. But it's a lot of fun. So we're nearly there. We're getting
there. We chose far too many games this year. I couldn't play half of them, honestly. But some good ones in here, though, for sure. Yeah. The next one was Tapper. So love that game as well. But although I'm not very good at it. But,
stressful game.
Stress game.
That's where you're the bartender, and you've got, of course, with the arcade cabinet, you've got the actual pulling the pint.
Yeah, that's right.
Controls,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But who won that?
That was Logan with 34,388.
Well done, Logan.
Well done, mate. Dr. G, 23,450, and then Turnbull bringing in third with 18,875.
Very impressive.
Yeah. And this one came a bit of a favourite for the weekend as well, actually, was Tron.
Yeah, that was my choice.
Yeah, do you want to describe that one then, can you?
Yeah, Tron. Right, okay, so the scores are...
You're not top, sorry, mate.
I know, bastards. Right, I knocked you down one. I'm happy with that.
You're happy with that, yeah, okay.
But see, I'll explain that in a couple of minutes. But anyway, so Tron, obviously based in the Disney movie from 1981. Absolutely love it. So there's 4 mini games on it. Light cycles, combating against the MCP. There's a tank one. It's a bit like combat on the Atari 2600. And then there's the shooting the spider kind of levels, a bit, I suppose, akin to Robotron. One of the best reasons I like to choose games like this is it's very difficult to play at home because you've got the joystick and you've got a spinner. And the spinner turns the direction of the main character's hands and shoots in the direction, 360.
Yeah.
So it really works well. And once, what I quite liked is people came on who had never played it before, and Darren and I explained the concept to each of the levels, what to do. I'm never one of these people, I'm keeping the high score to myself, explain to people, this is how you can get a higher score, try this. And then they learn it and get quite addicted to it. And I was on this most of the weekend, to be honest, just sometimes doing utterly crap than my previous game, other times, making that bit more progress on the score, but just generally loving it. I was on it for ages, loved it. It's great.
Yeah.
I probably need to give it more time. I don't know. It's never one that's clicked for me whenever I've tried, but maybe I've probably not given it enough time.
I mean, definitely getting a few tips off Kingy and Snarkade definitely helped my score, so...
I'll get it off Snarkade because he came top.
You did, yeah.
It's weird. It's like track and field for being the granddad of the group. He has this, the ladies like him because he has this finger action that just is more rapid than anyone else.
I don't get that. Anyway, he had 27,808. And you were close with 24,380 Kingy, and I was in third with 24,233.
It was good. It was good fun.
Really cool.
But when you knocked him off,
I got top score. I just walked away from it at that point and didn't even go back to it.
It was like mic drop, right?
I know.
And he was poor Snarkade. He was seething, that bastard. And then other people were on. It's like, I want on that fucking machine. He's not getting that score. And he was tetching, he was pacing, that his higher scores is when I buggered off to Nando's with a few people just to get a break on the Saturday. Time we came back, his name was all up there. I was like, fuck's sake.
Oh, it's brilliant.
You sure you didn't get a ringer?
Well, I guess we don't know. We don't know.
No, well done, Snarkade. Really impressive.
Truxton was next. So this was down in the sort of the Candy Cab area. It's a really nice game, but hard as nails.
Yeah.
I was glad to get a few tips of Garen, but I was still useless.
Yeah. It is, obviously a great vertical shooter. So, interestingly, Logan beat Ross. That's quite, because Ross is really good at shooters as well.
That's right. So, well done, Logan. 120,660, and Ross 111,740.
My poultry score's been knocked off this.
I can't even see it. Is it 10? Exactly. Davey Boy was in third with 84,820. Well done. Guys.
I assume Garen didn't.
He didn't enter a score. I think he. Okay. I'm sure he beat the score, but just didn't enter it in here to give everybody else a chance. Probably. He's a nice guy.
he's amazing.
He's too humble.
Yeah, I mean, on the last two before we get to Ice Skull.
Oh my gosh, still got more games. Anyway, so Wick Le Mans was the next one. Car racing game.
Let Drisky pronounce this one. How do you pronounce it, Drisky?
It's WEC Le Mans.
Wick Le Mans.
Wick Le Mans. I don't like this game. But anyway, Turnbull and Kingy was the only two people that played it. So Turnbull won with 63,340 and you were second with 56,720.
Yeah.
And last, but penultimate, I guess, is the Wonder Boy in Monsterland, which I've never seen before, actually. I've never played. It's quite an interesting
It was interesting to see the arcade version. It's just so non-arcade.
Yeah, just like, my arcades had it back in the day. And I just lost my shit over it and thought it was the greatest game ever simply because you were able to progress really far on 10 pence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not. I guess it's not the best arcade style game then as earning you money.
It's an RPG game in the arcades. It's what it is.
So weird. It's so weird that it's in the arcade. Yeah. And it was like an arcade game. Better in the home, I think.
But it was... Lorenzo gave me quite a sort of lesson in this one as well, but too long to play, to be honest. Too much time to memorise all the weird jumps to get extra coins, little extra places to go and find little hidden doorways, etc. I think Lorenzo and Blisky had a little bit back and forth, but Lorenzo came out on top with 151,969. Very impressive. And Blisky second with 134,510. and Turnbull with 31,390.
Nice. So then we get the final one before the high scores. Before God, it's been a long intro.
And finally,
I forgot how many games I said. Let's talk about it. Yeah,
the last game out of the 400 games we must have played, Ice Cold Beer. So great game. I think that was probably one of the games of the weekend, to be honest. Lots of high scores, and this is like 2 analog controllers, isn't it? And you've got a bouncing rod across the middle and a ball bearing is there. You've got to bounce it up and you've got to drop it into the holes that are lit. And it's a very tricky maze to try and get through. First couple are quite easy, but then trying to find a route through to the holes further up, really difficult. But after a long weekend of us playing it for a long time, so Sai came in third place with 3,210. Logan was leading the whole way up until about probably 10 minutes from the end of our weekend, having done, I think, 9 out of the 10 with 3260. And then Drisky comes along, knocks out the park and does all of them. 8,330 points for Drisky. So,
and it's important to note as well, for this one, Ross, wasn't it?
Ross
gave a prize.
Yeah, he gave a really nice prize, some sort of hard book, Supercade books.
Supercade books,
which was really nice.
Which was very generous.
That was really generous of him. And I think that really upped the addictiveness of people to
definitely
to play through.
Yeah, I just remember Drisky getting the score probably with maybe 10-15 minutes before closing time, and then Logan was straight back on there. The lights were coming up.
when
people were going home.
Score, I thought the roof was going to fall down with the cheers from you all. It was so loud. It was, to be honest, like on the video I recorded there's a little bit on it, and you can see the camaraderie around it, with everyone grouped around it, all having a few beers and the smiles.
Yeah, you really caught it on that video.
Yeah, so I think just as a final note on covering these, that Arcade Club and how it's become now, because it started off, it was just us hosts going, Paul, right? That was great to see all you guys, because we only knew each other from a microphone to another microphone and never really met each other in the flesh. So once a year we got to meet up. And then because of Discord and the community that became around that and grew around that, it became this thing where the amount of people that made the effort, now seriously, for everyone that did, thank you very much. You really made, I can only say, was the best weekend yet.
It was. It was
superb.
Amazing.
I mean, the same faces. They were first strangers when they first came down, and used to see that they're maybe just a little bit more nervous because they were making that journey themselves, meeting up with a bunch of strange blokes they've never met before. The following year, and from the relationships then built up on Discord, they're just all chatting away, and I love sitting watching that and just seeing that kind of friendship thing. And for all the newcomers, so let's see if I can remember everyone that came down this year. So obviously Matt Tracker. Okay, lovely to meet you, mate. Sai flew up all the way from down south. Barry and his wife Annette, that was lovely to see. Yeah. Obviously, Mictor made the effort from Belfast this year. That was fantastic to meet him. I hadn't met Logan before because he only ever went to the mini meets before, so it was lovely to meet yourself. Anyone else I was missing that was new this year?
I don't know, I'm terrible with the names.
I'm relying on Almac here.
Yeah, don't rely on me.
No pressure whatsoever. I'll just say yes, probably.
David's son Callum as well
Callum
came.
Yeah.
So,
and I guess if we have forgotten you, but we're very sorry.
Well, there was a couple of people. Obviously, there was a couple of blokes I spoke to at the bar downstairs as well. That they just listeners of the show, so they just popped along. Didn't really make themselves known till I bumped them at the bar. You remember you passed me as I was speaking to them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I've said hello to
them. Nice Kobe as well. So, Ross and Dan as well. Ross and Dan that came from Newcastle as well. Sorry guys, nearly forgot you there. That was lovely to meet you as well. So hopefully next year that'll be the minimum expected number. And
we're going to have to find a bigger breakfast place in the we pretty much
final shout out to H's Diner, which is just round the corner from Arcade Club. Now I phoned him down to reserve a seat for 24 people for breakfast. And obviously I just got one of the floor workers when I asked that question. I'll have to ask the manager. So but she was lovely, no problem. Paid a very small deposit just to secure that if we didn't turn up, they would have still been at a loss. But they reserved 2 rows, big long rows of tables for us. I also got everybody's breakfast orders as well, so they knew in advance what to make for us, which was great. Because some people don't want beans, some people don't want mushrooms, some people want the healthy option. You don't get smashed avocado and toast as a healthy option in Bury. It just means you get less sausages and maybe not black pudding.
I remember you.
Yeah.
But
I remember you taking the piss out of me for taking all the fried stuff off. Yeah, thanks.
yeah, that's right. Well, there was two people I'm going to take the piss off, not you, mate. One
That's
is
good.
Matt Tracker. Like Charlie wanted the big barn with the fried bread. So
Yeah,
it's basically the big roll is your plate, right? Everything's chucked on it. It's freaking massive, right? So Matt Tracker went, right, I want the big giant breakfast barn without mushrooms, without eggs, without bacon, without this. It's like, I had to message him, Mark, can you tell me actually what you want rather than what you don't want? That'll make
What's
life
left?
a lot easier when I phone that down. So that was fine. They were lovely at doing that. So breakfast arrives and Ash, big fat ginger cat, when all the meals come out, he wanted some extra spam because he hadn't had it in years and they're selling fried spam. Yeah. Listen, it's not a healthy weekend, folks, right? So, and he's like, the spam's not there. The spam's not there. Almac goes to me, pointing at Gav, right? Over him. He's taking that plate. And Gav's looking, oh, listen, I didn't even know what spam was. a guy from Dundee doesn't know what spam was. Liar.
A likely story.
Yeah. So he stole. So that's the Spamgate scandal of the weekend. Someone stole a plate of spam.
And what was worse was you only had like one nibble out the corner. Well, that's not very nice. Just left it.
True storage.
Oh dear.
Fantastic. No, it was a great weekend. But shall we get on to talking about some of the more spooky aspects? Because we were thinking, weren't we, how to put like a bit of a spin, because we've obviously do a meetup each year and, you know, we choose different games. But we thought this year we would just mention about some of the spooky arcade games that are there because we're coming up to Halloween. So sort of made sense to do that. So, and there's some really interesting ones. So should we go into sort of talking about some of these games? Cool. Right, okay, so let's go into these spooky themed games. So the first one, actually, this was new to Arcade Club and it was fantastic to see it here. And I must admit, I had a misconception with it, having played it only on MAME before. It is Wacko, released in 1983. And I got it in my head that it wasn't a very good game. However, playing it on the arcade cabinet, which is fantastic, by the way, isn't it? It's sort of
very quirky, sort of lopsided. Looks like it's falling apart, doesn't it? Almost.
Yeah.
If Drisky made an arcade cab, this is what it would look like.
I actually don't doubt that.
You're
now.
absolutely right.
What a description!
Yeah, I mean the cabinet designed, you know. Oh, hang on. Sorry, the mirror's come in. Hello, honey. I'm just recording. Love you.
That was Snarkade when you got the top Tron score, by the way.
Let's use that. Let's use that.
That wasn't Drisky's granddaughter there. That
live
was
footage.
Real recording, live footage of Snarkade not happy about that Tron score.
I'll finish the biscuit.
You do that. It sounds like a very dry digestive.
How big is that fucking biscuit? It's been going for about 10 minutes. Biggest biscuit ever. Or is it a whole packet? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, whole packet. No, it was as I say, Wacko, how do you describe it? It's basically you play a little alien.
Aliens.
Who's also the same aliens. Who's the same one who was in Cosmic Cruiser, which is another obscure game. And the idea is using the trackball, you whiz around the level and you can do directional fire with the joystick. So it's a combination. So it's quite interesting to have that mixture. And of course you've got the slope and weirdness of the cabinet as well. But the actual gameplay is really, really good, isn't it? Because you basically have to shoot all the enemies, but it's done in pairs.
Yeah.
So there's different monsters and you have to shoot them. And as you progress through the levels, if you make a mistake and shoot someone that isn't a pair on your second shot, then they mutate and then you have to shoot them to turn them back and stuff like that. So it's, and then if that wasn't cool enough, at the end of it, in a lot of the levels, because they'll turn tiny, and then not only do you have to avoid them when they're tiny, but when you've made everybody tiny, they rush at you, and then it becomes quite a frantic, like shoot 'em up, just trying to take them all out whilst dodging them.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'll go over to you, Almac. What did you think of this? Did you play it?
I played it a little bit. I think the first time I saw this was when I was over in Chicago and lucky enough to go to Galloping Ghost. I saw it there because, again, the arcade cabinet stands out as just being so different to everything else, all lopsided. And I was like, what the hell is this thing? But I mean, like you say, it's just a very basic premise of the game of you've got to shoot things in pairs, basically. And if you make a mistake, like you say, they'll mutate. So you may well have, that you're shooting a vampire or a dragon, or I can't remember what all the animals were, but it's a blue dragon as well, I think, or an ogre or whatever. And as you're shooting them, you've just got to take care to match, otherwise.
And a badly drawn Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a working jobby, not Chewbacca.
I might have guessed. Oh, my God. But yeah, like you say, you can't shoot all the little alien things until all the big ones have gone. So and then it becomes, like you say, like quite a frenzy at the end to try and get everything clear. So it's definitely an interesting take. The cabinet's interesting design. The controls are quirky. I wouldn't say I didn't think it was brilliant, but I didn't think it didn't suck. Certainly, it's okay. Good fun to.
And what about you?
Yeah, pretty much similar opinions. I do like the concept of taking Robotron and taking the heads and tails card game, which is essentially Snap.
That's very good. Yeah.
Right? But it's heads and tails, more so when they mutate and you get top half and bottom half, and you have to remedy that by shooting them again to return them to their normal arrangement. And that way it was quite good. For it to free, the graphics are really unusual. I don't really particularly like the graphics. To be honest, I think they look very clip arty is the best way to describe it.
Well, it's very much, because I mean, this was very much the Midway styling, wasn't it? And Scott Morrison, I mean, he's the person who also did Tapper.
Yeah.
And Domino.
And it's those kind of visuals.
Yeah. And of course, he went on to be the designer and artist of Peggle.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But
they're unique.
Yeah, they're unique. And also, actually, just to mention the Chris King, who was one of the designers of this game. He also did Tron, which of course was one we were talking about earlier, and Domino Man. So they always came up with unique ideas. And same with the cabinets. I mean, the cabinet designer George Gomez, he did the Tron cabinet. He designed that one, which is a beautiful cabinet, isn't it? We didn't discuss that earlier. And also Spy Hunter, which is also a gorgeous cabinet. It's not a particularly great game in my opinion, but the cabinet is gorgeous. And he also did Monster Bash, the pinball game, which is one of my favourite pinball games. I love Monster Bash. But it's an interesting game, isn't it? I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was lovely to see it. But for me, it was really eye-opening because it was probably my game of, thinking about it, it's probably my game of the weekend for me, because I'd got it in my head playing, you can't really play it on main.
Yes, you can.
Well, yeah, you've got posh trackballs and things.
Aye.
For us DIY failures like me, I just came away with thinking it's, I was like you. I don't like the clip art graphics, and
graphically it's ugly.
Feel right,
but
I wouldn't say it's ugly.
Oh, it is.
It's very impressive for 83.
It is impressive, but it feels like that proverbial UFO and a fishing rod kind of thing. You feel the layers on the thing. You know what I mean? You feel the background's there, and you feel the main sprites are in the foreground. So the suspension of disbelief isn't quite there because of that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get you. But I think it was a great game. I really enjoyed playing it.
Oh, anything new and novel,
and
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the other person, as I say, I didn't mention the programmer and designer of it, Tim Skelly. I mean, he had quite a career as well.
He got fired to make basketball nets.
Well, he did weird ones like Journey, which was a weird arcade game, wasn't it? But he also went on to be part of the design team for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Peggle, and also Star Castle, which was there as well. He was
Star
the
Castle's
arcade
good, yeah.
designer. And that Reactor, the one that you tried to get me into,
Yeah.
which wasn't very good.
Man, no taste.
No taste. But no, I thought Wacko was a really interesting game and one that I love playing through. Definitely one to play for, the Halloween sort of. It's got monsters in it. It's quite a fun one.
I feel it's a more B movie. If anything, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But I do like little touches. I love the alien when you crash, when you die. It's got lots of, for 1983, very impressive. Right, shall we go on to the next game then? So the next game, of course, we mentioned as the one that was it Mick thought he was playing the wrong one. It is Ghosts and Goblins 1985, perfect Halloween fodder. I'm going to pass this to you, Kingy. Do you want to describe this?
It really needs no introduction, but this is one of Capcom's most revered and influential titles. You take control of Arthur, and he must rescue the princess from the clutches of the evil Astaroth. Now, it's a side-scrolling, not running gun, running lance. Is that all right, or does that sound like a porno? Where it starts off in the extremely iconic graveyard level, where you run along and all the zombies, the undead all emerge from underneath the ground in their graves, accompanied by one of the most identifiable arcade game tunes as well. It's just so good, done by Yako Mori. It's just so good. So yeah, you're running from left to right, trying your best to survive because it is renowned for being a hard-as-nails game. I have a love-hate relationship all my life with the series of games, to be honest, but I adore it. I love how you get 2 lives, so if you collide with an enemy or one of the projectiles hits you, the armour comes flying off and that's you into your polka-dotted underpants, which is such a comedic touch. I remember that back in the day. I remember the weekend it came out. I'm there, thinking about just now, where I wasted all my pocket money on it with very little progress, but I still loved it. It was like, what have I just played here? It's annihilated me. I need quick reflexes, certainly need memory of the, what's coming up, and sussing perhaps even the best path, because you can climb up ladders, but there's risk and reward. If you climb up one of the cliff faces, there's a man-eating plant that spits its fireballs at you. You have to be quick in getting up the ladder and dodging, ducking, shooting. Weapon upgrades as well in the game, so you get the usual, the aforementioned, you begin with a lance, you get the fast daggers, and the axes, and does anyone like getting the torch? Is there any benefit of getting it?
No,
it's awful, isn't it? The torch works in an arc and it splashes on the ground and creates a small fire in that area. There's no accuracy in that. And if anybody wants to do a single credit playthrough in underpants with a torch is just a mentalist. Let's be honest about it. It's crazy. But what a brilliant game. It really is. I mean, in the arcades, I always just get as far as the Ice Palace, if you want to call it that, a bit into level 2. And those flying wombats, or whatever they are, just seem to annihilate me. I could get a wee bit onto that. But to be honest, in my opinion, and maybe it's just because it gets so hard, that even though I've played it over the years in Infinite Lives on MAME, or Pokes when I had it on my Spectrum, had a conversion, that...
Okay, good home port.
Yeah, no matter what system you played it on, they're all good home ports. I don't think, and it's maybe controversial, I don't think the further on levels are as good or as identifiable as the very first graveyard level, which is just complete fun to play. no matter what.
Yeah, no, I agree. It does get.
But is that also?
Yeah,
I think I do agree with you. But is that not also because that's the only level we normally play? Because we're all so bad at the game.
Yes, as part of that, as the nostalgia's there for that because that's the only level you've ever seen. Yeah, absolutely.
But they always did put less. They always did put less effort on. Same with like Shinobi and things like that, isn't it? I think it gets weaker once you get off the first couple of levels.
Yeah,
because they didn't put as much effort in. You're obviously going to front load it with your best
with your best work
levels. Yeah. But I mean, obviously the people involved with this. I mean, obviously Takuro Fujiwara. He of course did Sweet Home, which was of course the forerunner to Resident Evil, and he also was an early producer on Resident Evil. And of course, most famously, games like Mega Man and Bionic Commando and Commando. So you really did
have the bloody games.
Capcom classic, all bloody hard games.
Sadist.
Yeah. Well, he is clearly. But really, really good. And of course, a lot of the people, I'm not going to attempt to name them all, but a lot of them were involved in the Mega Man games. And you can actually see, that came later, and you can sort of see that same learning the patterns difficulty, isn't it? That they sort of set off with Ghosts and Goblins, really, in many ways.
I don't dislike it for its difficulty. I just want to be better at it.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. And again, perfect for Halloween. I mean, what about you, Alma? Anything you want to say?
No, I think Kingy's covered it, to be honest. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll keep my mouth shut. Sorry, I spoke too much there. But I mean, was it something you played back in the day, Al?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Played this at our local arcade. I probably pumped far too much money into it and never really saw anything beyond the first level. So
yeah, I mean, you're a good gamer, and I'm not sucking up to you in that sense. You are a very good gamer. I mean, I'm curious to see a game like this, how good you progress, or is it's not a type of game that you focused on?
I didn't really focus on it too much, and I think I've gone back to it again in MAME and thought, maybe I've seen people want to see this and loop the game twice and all the rest of it and get very good. And I've watched a few of those videos and think, I could do that. And then you try to do it, and it's just like, oh my god, there's some of the areas where the wind's up and you're trying to jump through stuff. It's just too tricky and die too often.
My trouble with this is, have you ever heard If Games Had Lyrics, which was quite old now, but Brental Floss was a YouTuber and he would make lyrics to games.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen.
You've mentioned it before. I remember you saying.
Yeah, I mentioned it before.
Ghosts and goblins are coming for you tonight. They're gonna get you. Ghosts and goblins are gonna put up a fight. You gotta get through zombies and bats and dragons, and that's all just to begin with. Meanwhile, you're in your underwear. Yes, that diaper there. So do beware, 'cause they'll try to bite your wiener, dee-dee-dee. Just stick with it, dee-dee-dee. It's hard as shit, dee-dee-dee. You'll cry a bit, scoop, do-it-a-bop, doo-doo. The dead are coming for you. You and your gal were having a bite at night, some kind of picnic. That's when Satan abducted her out of sight. He's such a dick lick, he's gonna harm her. Too bad your armor's not even bird-proof. You're gonna hurt dude still and all. Your duty calls, so grow some balls and become a demon killer. You know this game's a thriller.
But it's kind of not ruined, but now whenever I play this game, I'm singing the lyrics that you read. I put in the show notes of his video. It's so funny, the lyrics of Ghosts and Goblins. I think it was the best one that he did. And I'm always like singing. But I'm like you guys. I mean, it's so rock hard. I've tended to prefer the home ports because I could get a little bit further. But the arcade version is fantastic, and it is perfect for Halloween, isn't it? It's perfect for Halloween.
Even the sort of church organ sound to the synth on the game and the sound chip. Dun, 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 dun. It's so good. Really good. In fact, you picture it's a bit like the Goonies, you actually picture the church organ to be made out of boned fingers.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it's got to be the worst armor ever, isn't it? Bird strike, everything disintegrates, and then he's running around in his underwear.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right, so we go on to the next game then. Right. Okay. So mixing things up a bit, we've chosen Death Smiles, which is a great horizontal shooter. This is quite a modern one, 2007. And of course, done by Cave, and is just a fantastic sort of like a eyes bleeding shoot 'em up, really, isn't it? I mean, it's just so much stuff going on screen. One of the great things which I love with Death Smiles is that you can easily turn with one button the direction of fire. That's really its mechanic, and it works so well. And it's interesting, sort of like having to direct your shot. I mean, did you guys manage to try this one either at Arcade Club or or at home?
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't try this at Arcade Club. No, I did it at home though. So yeah.
So going to you, Al.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, there's so much going on. It's ridiculous. The backgrounds are gorgeous. The graphics sublime, but there's so much going on. And like you say, there's elements of this where, yes, it's a horizontal shooter, but you've got up and down parts as well, right? Where you're going through parts of the levels, and there's so many things to collect, and the amount of colour that's going on is just incredible. So like sometimes it's a little bit.
It's a bit too.
It's a little
bit
too much sometimes. It's like, oh my god, where are the bullets? Yeah. Oh, I've collected it again.
I must admit, because I played this all the way through, admittedly not on one credit or anything, but played it in Arcade Club because it's great. They got the first one and the second one, but it's on the Japanese floor in the open area bit with all the rhythm games, and the combination of this make your eye bleed visual extravaganza playing all the way through, combined with the pounding, because right behind was the drums.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The drum rhythm game. And I, honestly, this was the main reason I had a headache for the rest of the evening. I'm not surprised.
I mean, this will give you a visual headache, to be honest, the amount of colours and sprites. And I mean, the graphics are incredible as well. It's a really pretty game. But yeah, sometimes
I love all the Cave. Yeah, I love all the Cave shooters. I mean, of course, just to mention before I go over to Kingy, designer of this, like Junya Inoue, and he did some of my favourite shooters like Dodonpachi, Dajuju, and Mushy Pork, and SP Galuda, and amazing, and Pro Gear. Amazing shooters they worked on, this team, and I think they knocked it out of the park here as well. What about you, Kingy? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a very impressive shooter. I love the whole dark fairy tale gothic fantasy thing going on in it. Really good. The visuals just blow you away in the game, where it just chucks everything at you. And even after you think, how can it get better, then the boss fights come. And they're massive, aren't they? They just take up a third of the screen, the bosses, when you're fighting them. The big head freaked me out. The one that's half chained to the hillside. It's quite disturbing, to say the least. I can't be arsed with the anime side to it, not in the game, because it's less anime, I suppose, on the shoot 'em up part of it. But the cutscenes, if you want to call it that, or the in between, and the characters, that and the whole.
You mean.
Yeah,
I'll never get that ever.
You do struggle, don't you, with that?
Listen,
we might mention near the end one of the games.
It's a fair comment, though, isn't it? It's like, I know what you mean.
People tell me that it's a cultural misconception when I moan about anime and that, right? But if we invented it in this country, U-Tree would be called on you. It's as simple as that, right?
But what do you think of like Supergirl or Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Shite.
Okay, but do you have the same problem, or?
Yeah, well, and in terms of what? So, Sarah Michelle Gellar Buffy or the comic books?
Well, either. Let's say Sarah Michelle Gellar. I mean, do you have the same problem? It's still a school girl.
Well, when that first came out, I was more of that age. But the older, no, this whole schoolgirl and I don't watch stuff like that. I never have.
Yeah,
it does not work for me at all in any level or form. It's like, and it's not just that; it's the high voices. Why do they do those shrill voices about 4 octaves higher? What the fuck is that about, right? If somebody spoke to me like that in the pub, they get fucking headbutted, right? It's just
so what you're after is a Barry White voice, is that?
Yeah, exactly. Barry White to shoot him up. Yeah, that would be awesome. But no,
I would worry if it was like it was like schoolgirl witch combined with a Barry White and an Adam Apple.
Got a cold.
yeah. No, but I mean, in game, it's not really like that. It's quite dark. The bosses are, in fact, not just the bosses, all the monsters are designed fantastically. It's an absolute quality shoot 'em up, and the old effect of parallax scrolling is in complete steroid-driven full force here, and it so works. Especially you're flying over a seaport town, and there's all the buildings and the masts of ships, and it's so busy. And I'm waiting on slowdown happening at any given time. That's that weird thing in you, because it's so ambitious in its visuals that there's no way they can fulfill it within the limitations of the machine at the time. But yet they do.
I mean, they if you do get any slowdown, you don't really with this one, you're right. But it's always built to design, isn't it, with Cave? They're very good at... They are the world best at shooters, in my opinion. Yeah. I think they're just amazing. And, this one is, certainly, it's almost too much going on the screen, but I also love it. And one of the things that's cool that I keep meaning to pick it up, but there is the double pack that you can get on the Switch of Deathsmiles 1 and 2, which you can buy digitally or physically. And that is one, because the sequel's very, very good. I mean, the only reason, obviously, the first one's more Halloween themed, I would say, but that's the same idea. Both are amazing. Both are at Arcade Club, which is wonderful to see playing on the original hardware. But my God, I'm going to have to go with earplugs next time because the rhythm drum machine right behind
it's wrongly placed. Then it needs to be moved.
Oh, we should ask for it. Move it somewhere else.
Because one of the things I forgot to say, actually, on the arcade floor, you've got the versus cabinets, haven't you? Which is kind of cool with a lot of the fighters, and they're basically like the Candy Cabs or the Astro City Cabs, but there's two screens, so you can either be on one side. So rather than be crammed up to the side, you can actually be versus. But the thing is, I discovered one of the downsides with that is if I was having a really good session playing Darkstalkers, because I was trying to play any spooky themed game, and Darkstalkers is an amazing beat 'em up, and I was doing really well grabbing footage, and I'd got nearly to the end of the level boss. Some little git probably not realizing suddenly it was player 2, and it was like, no, I was about to complete the game. And that's one of the downsides of the verses. You can't stop someone hopping in at any time to take on the game. So just to the side. But interesting one. So shall we go on to the next game then? Right, okay, so this is Ghouls and Ghosts, which is the sequel to Ghosts and Goblins. I always get those two confused.
So does Mector, yeah.
1980.
Only for the high score challenge, though, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did realise, actually, when we were doing the PSP episode, it was only when I did the edit that I was happily saying Ghosts and Goblins, when I meant, of course, Ultimate Ghouls and Ghosts. But, I'll pass this to... I'll go to you, Kingy, with this one. Ghouls and Ghosts. Do you want to describe it a little bit?
picking on me again. I described the last one. Same again. Right, and we'll move on. Yeah, I mean, this came out in 80, so not 3 years later, and my word, they improved on this game. I think this is an absolutely damn fine arcade game that, although very brick hard, because of the later period in the board that it's on, it runs far more runs far more slick and smoothly, therefore feels a little bit more forgiving when you're playing it, that you blame yourself rather than the bloody game. Same premise again, princess get kidnapped, but what this game does is forgets the limitations of 85 and delivers the imagination of what the game should have been like, I think, in this period. So the difference is...
those extra years, isn't it? Because this came out in 88, it's really made a difference.
Visually blows you away from starters. Absolutely some really damn fine sprite work on it. And more weapons as well. There's melee weapons you can get in this one, like the scythe, the sword, where you can, speedrunners, I think, more opt for this now because there's more close proximity, if you prefer that. I actually quite like that as a weapon. You do have the standard ones, like the axe and the javelin. There's a scythe you can throw, the psycho cannon, that's a kind of secret weapon, and that. There's super armor upgrades that makes you more superhuman as well, if you're lucky enough to get that. But there's treasure chests that pop up. This was one of the more memorable moments of the game. And it was pot luck. You could smash it, you might get a reward. But nine times out of 10, you got an angry magician that came out and threw a spell towards you. And if you didn't escape the spell, you could be turned into a toad or a duck or whatnot.
Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so funny that the spell lasted, 20 seconds or something like that.
A few seconds. You had to avoid everything, didn't you, for a little while?
Yeah, you were inert in that way. You couldn't do very much. But again, it took the iconic graveyard as first level again, but it's got chopping guillotines and starving vultures that swoop towards you. It's incredible. It just takes a game that is good and makes it absolutely marvellous. That this is one of the greatest arcade experiences. And I think as the levels go on in this one, yes, they diminish to a certain degree, but nowhere near like the first one that are...
It is pretty strong, isn't it?
Strong all the way through. And it gets harder and harder and harder that, I can get... There's boss fights at the end of each level as well. Sorry to forget that as well. So they're fun. A good old boss fight on an arcade game is a superb thing to have as well. That really enjoyable. What about you guys?
What do you think of the music? Because obviously this is done by Tamayo Kawamoto.
I love it.
And
it's less limited by bit rate, right? That's the trouble. The original tune is fantastic, but it's a bit distorted. It's a bit lo-fi sounding. This, the remix of the original tune, the rest of the music, superb. It's an all-round game that probably in some ways has only been bettered by, debatable, but Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the SNES, simply because of the extended gameplay that you have on that. But for an arcade game, this is damn fine. It really is.
I love her as a composer. I mean, she did UN Squadron, Willow, Tiger Road, Strider. She did some classic arcade tunes. So it's good stuff. What about you, Almac? What's your thoughts of this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's much of the same. It's a really hard as nails game. I still find this one pretty tricky, but improvement, like Kingy said, in the controls, the mechanism there, the ability to fire in multiple directions is a big help.
I missed that.
Some of the stuff some of the stuff that I didn't even realise was, the magic component as well. I didn't even realise that until I think I saw a playthrough of somebody else doing it, and like, how did you get some magic spells? What's that about? So I mean, it's more of the same, but it's improved almost in every way. So it's a really good sort of.
But something I forgot to mention on both of them is how great is it to see the world map just at the start of each life, with a dun 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 dun, and it scrolls along to show you where you need to get to. What a clever thing that entices you to go, as a person that's put 10 pences into this machine, I've not got really far. I want to see there. Yeah. And you can see the zones. There's an ice zone, there's a fire zone, such like I want to see these places, and I think that's a genius thing to do.
It doesn't matter. I can never get off level 2.
Yeah.
But I do. I love it, and yeah, I'm sort of with you. That had really good home ports. Obviously, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Super Ghouls and Ghosts is awesome. The Mega Drive version, which is a lot closer to the arcade, is also fantastic. Because Super Ghouls and Ghosts is doing its own thing.
Yeah.
In many ways.
On the ZX Spectrum, when I bought it back in the day, I was impressed with the AY chip for the 128K that you got this metallic chink when the guillotines fell down. I was easily amused. That was it. This is the best game ever because there's a chink, chink, chink sound coming from the computer.
I didn't know they did the sequel. They did Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah, that's
on the
Spectrum. It's released on the Go label. Yeah, try it out.
I'll have to give it a go.
It'll be terrible now.
A lot of the later ones.
Yeah, but yeah.
That'll be interesting to see. And the other one, like we mentioned in the last episode, was the Ultimate Ghouls and Ghosts is awesome on the PS. Much, much, much better than the recent remake. Yeah. Which I didn't think. Well, I think none of us have played it, to be fair, but it didn't look very good. Have you played it, by the way? Because you weren't on the last episode.
No.
You know the recent remake?
No, I've not played
it. No, I meant with King.
Resurrection.
Yeah, the recent.
I just recently bought it. Not played it yet.
Oh, well, let us know.
It was on that bundle deal that Almac had posted on their Discord chat, the whole Capcom thing. A whole bunch of shitload of games for about £17.
Oh, very
and
good.
it came with, what's the thing called on Steam, the whole Capcom.
Oh yeah, that's quite a good collection, that, isn't it? The arcade.
Yeah, what it's called. It's got a name to it. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember. I own them all on the Xbox. I mean, I did see that come through, but I didn't.
But on top of that,
vast majority I own.
On top of that, on that tier, if you paid the £17, you got the new Strider, you got the Resurrection and that. So I've been on and off both these games all week. After finding a new love of playing Ghouls and Ghosts Arcade Club, because I've avoided it for years because I just knew how shite I am at it. And but I played it with a bloody smile on my face when I was playing. So on and off this week, I've been playing both of them, and I've been saying to myself, I need to fire this one up.
And again, perfect for Halloween, isn't it? Perfect for Halloween. Yeah. Cool. Any more you want to say on that?
No.
Realise we cut you off a bit there.
No.
Any more you want to say?
No. Perfect.
Cool. Right, so we go on to the next game then. And this is another shoot 'em up. We'll see how Kingy feels about this one. It is Cotton Boomerang, which came out in 1998. Is another sort of like witches on a broomstick, shooty, done by the Success Corporation. And obviously, I mean, the Cotton games are well remembered and regarded by lots of people. It's become quite a cult classic. But I'm going to go to you, Almac, because I've got a feeling that Kingy might shoot it down.
I mean, I like this one. So
Yeah.
It's not too much anime in it, though, is there, really, for this?
No.
It's another sort of visually very impressive game. You're playing a little mischievous young witch obsessed with candy. And it's just, again, lots going on here. I think I don't know if I played this in the arcade or if I played this on something else. I guess it probably would be the Dream.
It had a Saturn, had a really good
Yeah,
port.
I think it's a Saturn when I did
so
that.
So the Saturn was Cotton Boomerang. But you can buy the Cotton Boomerang, which is like the Saturn remaster, because there was a lot of extra stuff that you got on the Saturn, on the Switch, which is really, really cool. So it's another perfect sort of Halloween one. Good 2-player as well. You can play simultaneous 2-player like you can with most of these shoot 'em ups, and loads happening on the screen, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, another sort of so much stuff going on. It's almost I'm very good at collecting the bullets in this one. Again, that's another one of my not very good at this game.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that the boomerang just so people know, is it's kind of like Cotton 2 tweaked. It's actually Cotton 2, really, Cotton Boomerang, but it's like a tweaked version. One of the big things was, rather than the health bar, so I'm not sure if I prefer this or not, but rather than having a health bar, you have like a team system. So once you die, you switch to a different character.
Or by button press as well.
Or by button press as well. So
hence boomerang is the term. You boomerang between the players.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good thing. And it does sort of iron out some of the difficulty spikes of Cotton 2. I mean, it's still a tough game, don't get me wrong, but it's that little bit more, it ramps up more slowly rather than sort of like killing you in the first few seconds. So, I love the Cotton games, and I think Cotton Boomerang. Sometimes I like Cotton 2 because of the health bar. Sometimes I like Cotton Boomerang and sort of flip between the two. Boomerang between the two. Yeah.
But the bosses are pretty good on this as well. You know, there's a good amount of variety, and graphically it's a very pretty game again.
That's gorgeous. Yeah. It was lovely on the, unfortunately I only had a dodgy copy on the Saturn, but because it'd be worth a lot of money now, but it's a great, it was a great shooter on the Saturn, and it's great that these sort of games you can pick up on modern systems, which is lovely to see. So go on then, Kingy, what did you think of this one?
Oh, it's less focused on the anime. You've got the cutscenes that I just think look stupid as anything. I just can't be arsed with that whole thing. But in terms of a shoot 'em up, it's fantastic. The mechanics are excellent. Everything going on is superb. But yeah, then when you complete a level, you get this cartoon child with big tits appearing. And it's like, what the fuck? Is this? It's just a strange thing to me that there's no need to... And I'm not a prude, you know that by all means. But the hypersexualization in some of these anime things, it's just like, who's this marketed towards?
But is it any different from like your DC characters like Supergirl and... I get what you're saying.
I don't follow any of that. That's the thing. I'm not a comic book reader or follow...
Yeah.
And we can argue till the cows come home and that kind of thing. I'm trying to be polite.
It is strange. It is a strange
strange mix, isn't it?
It's a strange mix, but it is very Japanese, isn't it?
It's
just something they've always
it's culturally
done.
Acceptable there, but there's a whole difference between, as an observation at Arcade Club, I noticed, and I cringe because they call it that fashion as well. They call the Japanese schoolgirl, the high stockings and all the rest, Lolita fashion, right? And that's what it's called in Japan. And it's something, I wouldn't call it that, right? For starters, because, it's a controversial book with Namakoff at the best of times. But then that's not to be muddled up with lolcon, which is more your hentai. And it's like, there's a fine line, and my small mind just decides, it's not for me.
Yeah.
But in terms of shoot 'em up, and everything that this game throws at you, the mechanics are absolutely superb. The Cotton games, the whole flying witch concept's actually quite novel and is really good. I really like that. I don't know that weird flying shite thing that you control. What's that meant to be? Character number 5.
I'm trying to remember.
Because I wanted to choose 5 of him, so I wasn't looking at school kids, right? Because that's just how I feel about these bloody games. I'll choose 5 of the jobbies, please. And I realised very quickly he's the worst character to choose.
Yes,
and you die very often. Just free the purple-haired one, then, please. She's more stronger than the rest. But no, it's a great shoot 'em up in that sense. Boss fights, stunning visuals, great waveforms of the enemies coming towards you. It's really good. Really, really good.
To our listeners, I originally on my lineup of because it is a Halloween themed game, but I put on, because it was in Arcade Club, Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon. And you can imagine Kingy's reaction. It wasn't going to happen. But I will say just briefly, and I get it with Kingy, because it did, that one, it is Gazelle who did basically Toplan. So some really good developers worked on it. It's a sort of fighting. I think it's got, I would prefer it without the gratuitous sort of like short skirt, but then that is Sailor Moon. But it is actually some really good sort of Halloween sort of fighting demon beat 'em up, really, scrolling beat 'em up. But Kiki was not going to do it.
Listen, I fired up again just to see if I was too drunk and annoyed at Arcade Club. And the wife walked in when I was playing it and she went, "What the fuck are you playing?" Right, so
it's like
I've slept in the couch since. Right, so.
Oh dear.
Oh, but yeah, hey, it's I prefer it without it. But having said that, it is just very
Look,
part of Japanese culture.
I know, but as a mechanic of a Final Fight-esque game, visually and everything going on, that period and that era of, beat 'em ups, they just tried to outdo that Final Fight model. And there's some fantastic ones, in the sort of mid-90s that are absolutely superb in that way, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's what's so frustrating actually with that game. It does have amazing backdrops.
Yes.
It's got one point you're going through an arcade, Japanese arcade. It's got some of the best pixel art I've ever seen. But yeah, it is one that's that I'll probably get in trouble with the wife if I was playing. Which is weird because it was designed, it was early 90s when it came out. It was designed by, this shows you Japanese culture, how different it is. It was designed by a woman and designed for girls, really. That was its primary focus. It was a big deal, but of course...
It's fair enough, but I've only got a boy. I know Almac's a father of a daughter. If she dressed up like that to go out, you'd be like,
oh God,
get the hell back in the house right now.
No, absolutely. It was just, it's cultural different things. Anyway, so should we go on to the next game?
Hurry up.
I'm loving actually on Amazon Prime. I guess it's because since they bought MGM, there's loads of really obscure like 70s horrors. Like the Vincent Prices and the Armitage and stuff like that. The old
classics.
I'm just love. Well, I wouldn't say always classics, but they're just
in their own
ones
way.
I've never seen before. Yeah, just ones I've never seen before. A lot of them.
There's
a lot of the Armitage because they're so difficult to track down. So to see them in like HD is just wonderful.
See, when I go back, because I lived through the 70s and it was so grim and bleak. And when I see anything from the 70s, it takes me back there. I mean, fuck that, I'm not watching it. There's only one 70s thing I watch, and that is David Soul, Salem's Lot. Because I just think they nailed the master. James Mason had so much gravitas in that.
Yeah,
he made the movie, was James Mason, beyond anyone else. There's an actor that no one even mentions now. That's how forgotten you can be as well, isn't it? Life is just fucking awful.
Oh, well, I definitely know James Mason.
Yeah, but I just mean in general, when
love
was the last time in a conversation that name came up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. I always, talking of obscure ones, it's great to see because it's one of the ones I absolutely adore, but you can't actually, you can't buy anywhere, not officially, but Love at First Bite.
Oh, Love at First Bite. Love at First Bite.
Amazon Prime has it. I was over the moon. So, and the other one, although I own it on Blu-ray, but I'd love to keep trying to take the plunge to pay the $7.99 just so I digitally own it, officially, because I've got a copy of it. But The Haunting 1963.
Oh, brilliant! That is the only version of The Haunting you ever need to watch.
Oh,
the black and white of that makes it. See, the minute they made even the remakes, which were shite anyway.
Oh, that was horrible. That was crap, the remake. Well, to give you an idea how bad the remake was, so the director of The Haunting remake, 1999 remake, he was all set up to be the director of Minority Report.
Really? Right, okay.
And then Steven Spielberg saw The Haunting remake and he fired him.
I don't fucking blame him. Hi, mate. Welcome back.
Directed it himself. Hello.
That was a quick one, mate.
Yeah, okay, so should we go on to the next game? And this is one that Kingy won't have played because he was too busy on Tron.
Played it before, though.
I think he was too scared.
Oh, have you
too
played it
scared?
before?
That's why.
Yeah, too scared. And I might have played it briefly. It is 4D Dark Escape, 2012. I'm trying to remember who was it. Namco that did this.
Yeah,
one?
Namco.
Namco, yeah. And this is awesome. I mean, they've got it in, as I say, Arcade Club. You need to play it in the arcade. They've got it in Retro Realm and Warsaw for people that way as well. What is it? It's basically House of the Dead, but 10 times, perhaps 100 times more scarier. You wear the 3D glasses and it's blowing in your face, hence the 4D. And what you're doing is you hold the gun in two hands, and as you're shooting everything, it's very much, isn't it, with two player, you have to combine the shots. It's constantly getting you to target the same enemy at the same time and take it out. But what's cool is at the end of the game, at the end of each level, it measures how many times, because it's actually, the guns are measuring your heartbeat. So it will tell you how many times each person panicked and then says something disparaging, like, like you're a scaredy cat or even worse. So it makes another fun element to it as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was good fun.
What did you think, Almac? Because that was the first time you played it.
Yeah, first time I played it, and yeah, it was really good fun. And the first time I was as cool as a cucumber, I think, and the second time it triggered all the time. I have no idea what was going on, honestly.
Yeah, I was surprised because I was really impressed.
Yeah,
because normally I'm well, against when I've played it with other people, I'm usually the one that keeps that little bit calmer.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of panics, but I'm usually winning up until the spider level. and then I'm like, every single scare, I'm not good with spiders.
I was impressed with the 3D, the 3D glasses, really, really did. And you can flip that to 2D, which we've done for some of the footage, right? But the 3D works really well, and the 4D element, the puffs of air and all that sort of stuff, and the vibration of the seat and everything as well when things are happening definitely helps with the jump scares, and it was very well done. It was a very enjoyable game.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as we love like your House of the Deads and stuff, but Dark Escape is just so unique because it's one that just wouldn't work outside of the arcade. I mean, it would work, but the experience would be
quite the same, wouldn't it? Because you've got that seat vibration,
you're blowing in the face, blowing in your face and everything. So it's really, really cool. I mean, Kingy, you've said you played it before.
Yeah, a couple of years back. Yeah, I mean, it's an enjoyable inverted commas 4D experience that. It always makes me reflect on how arcade games have had to evolve to entice the player in. And then I lament the fact that you could probably get about 8 arcade cabs in the real estate this bloody thing takes up. You know what I mean? But out of all the big roomy taking things up, this is by far the better one, because that Mission Impossible one is awful. It's one of the worst.
Yeah, I wish they got rid of that one.
Yeah, that needs to go. It's just not enjoyable. This is a good horror game that if you go in with mates, that's where the fun and the laughter actually is. You know what I mean? There's people getting frights, people just hamming up the fear or whatever, just, getting into the vibe of the game. It's enjoyable, and it's quick reflexes. You've got the terrifying air duct level, crawl through that, and it's good. It's good.
It's surprisingly scary. I think it's crazy. I remember thinking at the time, because when I first saw it, I actually saw it in the wild in Star City, and that was when it was like £2 per person per go.
Star City about
huge amount. Sorry, Star City's like that does bowling and it's an arcade venue in Birmingham.
All right, in Brum. Okay,
that's where I saw it originally, and it was just a lot of money you had to pummel in because. You didn't last that long because they whacked it at full difficulty. But obviously it's so popular. It's one of the ones you can never get on at Arcade Club or in Warsaw for that matter, because Retro Realms has it. One of the things I would say, actually, Retro Realms has Shinichi Hamada did Time Crisis. Quite a few of these did Time Crisis 4 and 5 and things like that they were involved with. But there's another sort of sister version of this game called Dead Storm Pirates. So it's not in 3D, but it's sort of shooting sort of like ghostly pirates and stuff. Not as scary. It's not designed to be as scary, But what's kind of cool with that one, you've got like a wheel in the middle. You can, at certain times, you control the ship. But they've recently got that in Retro Realms in Warsaw. So that was great to be able to play it. Same guns, obviously not doing the heart monitor. But yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly scary. I'm always thinking whenever I see kids go on it, thinking, that would mess me up if I was a kid. You know, so you see how young some of the people, and then you hear like the screams coming from them.
That's good though. That's part of the fear when you were young. I remember watching, say, Hammer House of Horror or something that you knew you maybe shouldn't have been watching at a young age. Or my instance, it was like Driller Killer and the Hills of Eyes when I was young. It's like, holy
God, that's pretty macabre. Yeah. You saying that, I remember this was when Molly was young and it was her birthday party, so she had like a variety of friends around. She's probably it shouldn't have been that scary really. She's probably like 9 or 10. But I left them playing on the original Xbox and just enjoying and stuff. And I went on doing other things, leaving them in the gaming room to sort of play. And then suddenly I hear like crying. I'm really scared crying. And they'd put on House of the Dead 3 when I was away, and somehow scared themselves absolutely stupid to the point where Molly still is a scaredy cat about House of the Dead even to this day. Just and I just remember thinking I'm in so much trouble. That was like, because like Molly was like, even though she was like 9 or 10, there's some of the girls there were like 7 or 6. So I was thinking I'm bad.
Can I interject and tell you? I don't think I've ever said this one before. My sister still suffers from night terrors, right? And apparently, well, she blames me for this one, right? So I vowed revenge on her because she grassed me off for something I actually didn't do. She did. And I got a huge clout in the back of the head from my old man. It was fucking sore. And I was angry, right? I was, I'll get fucking revenge on her, right? So I recorded on a cassette demonic noises, okay? Watching Evil Dead. It's silly noises, right? Breathing and and stuff like that. So before bedtime, I put the cassette player with the remote control under her bed. Okay, the remote control for the cassette player, of course, in the 80s was a corded cable.
Oh, really rare.
It was a corded, a corded cable, like the VHS big long remote. You know, I had this lovely high-tech device when I wasn't using it for the Spectra. I had this remote to cause revenge on. So, but it didn't just end there. I made a scarecrow from pillowcases and clothes and a housecoat cord, okay? And then, so basically, she was sleeping. My mum and dad were still up, so it must have been about 11 o'clock at night. And we're still, she's about 10-year-old, so I'm 12, okay? So she's sound asleep on a Sunday night. Very, very excited for school the next day because she's such a swot, okay? Getting her power nap in. So there we go. So I get a torch and cast a silhouette at the doorway. Open my door quietly. Yep, she's sleeping. She didn't hear me. Crawls under the bed then, because the cassette player's on pause. Pulls the cord out, into the hallway, the top landing. Puts the mannequin that I made over the doorway and starts pulling the cord. Hits play on the remote. All these demonic sounds. Oh, it has. What's that? What's that? What's that? And she sees this freaking thing dangling in front of the doorway. And of course, I'd left the top landing light on that equally with the torch cast a spooky shadow, yeah. And I'd never heard such screaming in my life. And then that was it. I heard my dad responding, so that was it. Quickly press stop, slid the thing under the bed because she's too busy screaming, hear this nonsense. Pulls the thing down and drags it in my room, throws it in my bed. Under the duvet, and she gets a row for annoying their Sunday night.
Waking everybody up.
Yeah. I told her about this years later, and I says, I was called you bastard, right? But she thought it was a bad nightmare or whatever, or something real that happened in the house. But to this day, she still has night terrors that wakes her husband up in the house, all since that point.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, no, Yeah, I love the things. I mean, I had similar things where you had like the nightmares of. For me, it was obviously my sister was 7 years older than me, and my brother's 10
It's
years
a big
older
age
than me,
difference,
so
mate.
big age difference. Yeah. Apparently, I was planned. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I do remember one time they were watching a dodgy copy of Nightmare on Elm Street, and that I didn't sleep for about a month. And yet you watch it now; it's so tame, isn't it? But it really mucked me up, that one particularly. So many happy memories with it, with all of that. So, should we go on to the next game then?
Yeah,
what we got?
Yeah, so this is the final game, and it is the Addams Family Pinball. Came out in 1992, and amazingly, this is the best-selling pinball machine of all time. It's never been beaten. 20,000 units sold, which is very impressive for pinball, and it's certainly my favourite pinball game. I love it. Designed by Pat Lawler and Larry DeMar. And, these are the people behind... I'm just trying to think, actually, what other pinball... Pat Lawler's did things like Banzai Run, Funhouse, Twilight Zone, things like that. So real sort of like classics, really. So I just adore this one. But it was Kingy's choice, so I'm going to pass this over to Kingy to describe it a bit more.
Okay. So, I was speaking to you earlier, Drisky. It's interesting that out of all gaming and video gaming or entertainment like that pinball has more licenses than anything else. You know what I mean? So, if you think of arcade ports or movie tie-ins or anything like that, you have your Robocops, you have your Terminators and that. But my God, pinball has everything. And in some ways it annoys me because probably some of my most favourite pinball games are original, like I've always been with gaming. It's original content. The lure, though, of the license of pinball, whether it be, AC/DC or Metallica or Iron Maiden, Terminator, Robocop, Twilight Zone, as aforementioned, or even here, the Addams Family, in fact, practically every big...
And Avara.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with her?
That's your grandmother. I have problems with that, yeah.
What did you
That's
what
not
did you
pedo
call her?
snuff. That's not pedo snuff fucking Prince Philip shit.
So you're not into GILF as well? We've established a lot here.
How have we got here? My God.
Not me this time. Normally
I was going to
me.
say, everybody can take note. That was Drisky. That was.
So, pinball seems to lure the sheep people. I don't know. No, not at all. Maybe it's just a thing that, even my first memory of pinball was the $6 Million Man. That was the first pinball game I ever played in the 70s. It just seems to be hand in hand. You can thematically take a show, a movie, or a band and create a unique pinball experience around the thing. And it works. So here we are with the Addams Family. So what 1992 it was, tying in with the Addams Family movie. Yeah. And it is one of its most memorable tables of the era. Many people fondly remember this one. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because...
It's a really good table.
It is a good table.
It's got so many nuances.
Yeah.
So
does every pinball table, though, Drisky. This is the point. You maybe think this has so many nuances. That's pinball. It does have nuances. I don't know why this one... I genuinely don't know. Because the movie was all right. It captured the series or the comic strips very well. And obviously it's more influenced by the movie, the whole doodle-doo. And it's got all that in the game. It lures you in. You've got the iconic artwork on the back glass as well. But I love the whole idea. It's about completing the mansion rooms of the Addams Family mansion in the game. Try and trigger all the different modes. Interact with the ramps, targets, unique.
I think it's because I'm relatively good at this one because I love, when you got the, I don't know the technical term, the plunger thing.
Yeah, the plunger.
But it's called a plunger, yeah. The plunger thing.
Well done, Drisky.
Because of course, if you do like half when you fire the ball up and you time it just right, you get the hand, the thing come out and then pick it up as a magnet and put it in the box, and then you get like a million bonus. But if you keep doing it, you get 2 million, 3 million, and so it builds up. So it's a great way of, and then of course you have everything else where there's just so many ramps and things to do and so many sort of like the mabushka, whatever it's called.
The dance.
Mamushka.
The dance, yeah, the awkward dance. Yeah, I mean, so you've got various ramps and such. So you've got the bear kick ramp, which is the main centre ramp in the game. And that does a count. It contributes to extra balls and the mansion rooms that you can activate. And it does a feeds to things flipper when lit. You've got the swamp, it locks balls during multi-balls, scores graveyard values, and it equally interacts with things flips. It's all about thing in this bloody game. Then you've got the train wreck and the graveyard jet bumpers. These increases score multipliers and equally contribute towards extra balls. You've got grave targets, completing grave as in the letters, advances the bonuses like what Drisky was saying about thing and the halfway plunger. You've got just so much going on with it, but that's pinball in general. But equally, this is a spooky one. Personally, I would have chosen Scared Stiff. That's in Arcade Club also. That is an absolutely
the virus. That's a good one.
Sublime horror game. But this is far more well known for people. And equally, and Scared Stiff as well. You can play these on the Pinball Arcade that you can buy on Steam or wherever. And these games feature on there.
Yeah, I got a little bit burned out with the pinball, the Pinball Arcade, because the Pinball FX, isn't it? Because they've got a lot of the tables. Because when they upgraded, they basically didn't carry on all the tables, and that put me off.
Yeah, the engine just didn't cope. You had to start again in some respect.
Well, that was rubbish, really. They just wanted more money, wasn't it? But I felt a bit aggrieved.
But that's not Pinball Arcade, which does have all of many of the Stern and Midway and...
But you can't officially buy that,
yes.
Can you? That's just... Can you?
Yes.
Well, you used to be able to, I thought.
Well, you should still be able to. That's not admitting to how I have it, but...
Ask me the questions, I'll tell you the lies.
Stop. I'll plead the fifth.
Stop recording, quick. Let's move on. But the good thing
to
is
be honest, my homemade pinball table, I ended up buying the tables because of, if you buy them, you can get a code for developer mode for the secondary dot matrix screen and whatnot and orientations, right? You can't get all of that on the vanilla version or pirated version. The trouble with the Pinball Arcade, and this pisses me off big still, if you wanted to go down legit with, so you buy the tables, okay? And you want to have the orientations of 2 or 3 back glass dot matrix, you have to pay them. How much do you think you have to pay them to get the code, the serial number to release that? No, you get with FX, it's free. You just have to tell them you're not doing it for a commercial adventure, photograph the table you're taking, and within the day, someone looks at your email and they send you that back, the code, okay? So that's with FX. So hats off to them. They support that, which I did on my homemade digital pinball table, free. And it's got dot matrix all coming up in the secondary monitor. Brilliant. Love it. How much do you think for the arcade Pinball Arcade?
The way you've described it, it's not going to be free. So it's going to be an astronomical amount. It's like $100 or something. I don't know.
149 quid.
I was not far off, but that was stupid.
With that. Yeah. And it makes you look elsewhere for hacks, cracks, codes.
Yeah, of course.
Of course it does. And that's stupendous. It's absolutely stupid, that price. Greedy. And I'm not profiteering from that. I'm not making my own, it's for me. So it's the only set of tables that everything, including the dot matrix, appears just on the, albeit you can do it in portrait mode, not landscape, obviously, but the dot matrix hovers above the table, partially blocking some of the view. So that's why I was more happy. Zaccaria pinball, on our hands, is the most configurable pinball thing at home. But I'm completely deviating from this game. Sorry, guys. I went on a crusade.
That's what we do.
I went on a crusade there. Sorry. Anyway, so as you can see, it's a very memorable pinball game, and I had a good go at it this at the arcade club weekend there as well, because I went across many of the tables, and it is a good one. It is a very well designed table. I don't know why it is a popular one beyond people, of our age going to the movies at that point. People remember The Black Hole, remember Twilight Zone, and they remember this one for some strange reasons.
Well, one of the ones actually keeping with the spooky theme, which they didn't have there, which was a shame, but one of my favourites as well is Monster Bash.
Brilliant game. Brilliant pinball table.
Love that
Equally
one.
have that on,
really good.
On Pinball Arcade.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite, because you're putting the band together, aren't you, of all the monsters.
It's really good.
It's good. It's a good storyline. What about you, Almac? What's your thinking with that Addams Family?
Yes, I mean, like you said, it's a very iconic one. I remember the time that King and I were down at NERG. Do you remember that one when they had they had it there, but they had the seat that's there as well? Pretending you're going to get electrocuted, and you've got the two handles to hold, which are the flippers, right? And then if you mess something up, it's meant to give you, it's charging up, and it's going to give you a shock, and then it ends up not giving you a shock, but it flips the controls round, which was quite cool. I remember. The boy loved that as well.
Screws with your mind.
It does. It's like, what's going on here? It's like, it was hard.
I don't want electrocuted.
It was hard enough.
Yeah.
Now you've flipped the slippers around. Oh my God. So yeah, no, it's a really good game. I mean, pinball's never been the thing for me. It has to. I don't like it on MAME, for example. I think it has to be that tactile thing. So what Kingy's done with his, his homemade pinball machine, I mean, that's fantastic. So something like that, I think,
it
brings
pissed
it
me
to
off
life.
for years. I needed it at home.
Yeah,
and that was the seed.
That was the impetus, wasn't it, for making it? It's like, let's do it, because I think it needs that. That's the thing for me anyway. Yeah. I need to have that.
The only thing I would love, I don't know how well it would work, but if they could do something like the 3DS screen, or at least do with the glasses, so you got that sense of depth.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know what though? See, Zaccaria pinball that I mentioned there. Every single table supports VR, right?
Oh,
and it is wonderful. I mean, you had the same Oculus Rift as me, Paul. Okay, I've still got that older, clunky one. You have to put the sensors all the way around the room, right? But when I can be arsed pulling it out, a bit virtual porn first, and then a bit pinball. No, it works. The depth perception on playing that in VR is absolutely incredible. Really, it's like, wow, this is worth its weight in gold. I paid for every table for Zaccaria simply because of the support they give for those doing homemade tables. In the VR, you can change depth perceptions. There's so much tweakability that is endless. It becomes a game in its own right because there's so many sub-menus to make it the way you want it. It's so good.
The Zaccaria are all original tables, aren't they? They're not licensed.
I think there's some licensed, but I don't know if they are, because they're not like the Williams.
Big names.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't make them crap. It's more pinball tables, even if they're all original. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, Kingy. The Zaccaria pinballs, they're licensed. The recreations of original real-world pinball produced by Zaccaria.
That's cool.
Nice.
There's a lot of older analog type ones rather than the ones that we all fell in love with. I think after, say, The Black Hole came out, pinball tables changed with ramp. Not just because pinball tables were predominantly bumpers back in mushrooms and bumpers back in the 70s and early 80s, and then things changed, become really exciting about them. I mean, how... I knew people that were fruit machine repair engineers. Imagine being a pinball table repair engineer. When someone fucks up, the solenoid goes or the bulbs go, oh my God.
Well, you remember seeing the older ones when we were at NERG, and the guy was...
I was about to say that, mate, yeah.
he was like falling in halfway. All you could see was his legs sticking at the top as he was like burrowed inside this nest of cables.
It's like being a car mechanic from hell. It's just,
it'd be awful.
It is. How do you detect faults on an analog system opposed to digital? I don't know.
Yeah. Talking of which, have you ever watched the film Pinball: The Man Who Saved the Game?
Yes, that's really good.
I've not seen that.
So it's on Amazon Prime right now. It's really, really good because, of course, in America, pinball was classed as gambling, and so was illegal in a lot of states in America. So so in up until was it the 70s, really, wasn't it? It went right the way through, and it's the story of how he sort of managed to stop the ridiculousness and stop it being illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So because he loved with pinball, but it's a really good film to those who've never seen it, and it is on Amazon Prime, which a lot of people have, which is cool. Okay, so let's wrap things up, and I thought it'd be fun if we just go to each of you just before we wrap things up. Is any like horror video games or spooky video games that you just always play, or films, Halloween films that gets you in the Halloween spirit that you try and watch every year?
Yeah, well, both my kids have become obsessed with watching the Scream series, so
they're good films.
Yeah,
actually.
some of them are good, some of them not so good, but yeah, so that will probably be. Unfortunately, I'll be actually away this Halloween in Austin with work, but so maybe I'll get to.
But in America,
be in America.
I've always wanted to see America.
I'm doing a Halloween party, fancy dress, so I need to find a costume now. Oh my god, that'll be fun. But also, say game wise, I'm lucky enough that the Donkey Kong cabinet that I have, I've put one of the remix boards in there as well. So I actually have a spooky Halloween Donkey Kong version.
That's cool.
So I will probably.
Is that on main? Can we?
You can play that on main as well, I believe. Yeah.
Just be MAME, you'll get that.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have a look.
So I'll take a wee bit of footage for us as well, so you can put that in the show,
that'd be
video version.
Cool. What about you, Kingy?
Nah.
Shut the door. They can all just go away.
You know what? On the opposite, the complete Americanization of what Halloween is just it's ruined it for me. I mean, people have got Christmas trees up with pumpkins in the area now. Absolutely piss off. It does me nothing now. See, back in my day, right? So the term was geysers. It wasn't trick or treat. So you made your own haunted or spooky costumes, okay? And then you went round the doors telling, probably considering it was the 70s at that point, racist or very inappropriate jokes or something, culturally inappropriate today type jokes to get money at people's doors. You're never given sweets. And then you had to go.
So basically, you went mugging.
We went mugging, yeah. You were invited into these strangers' houses. You were ducking for apples. That existed, right? Normally, ducking for apples was in the baby bath. That's what there'd be in the living room. The baby bath would be filled with water. Hope to wash that bath out. And there'd be apples and that to duck for. And equally, there would be treacle-coated scones dangling from string from wall to wall. And you had to put your hand behind your back and try to eat a treacled scone. That was the two traditions up this way, doing that. And there was no candy. There was no sweets. Absolutely Americanized bollocks of what Halloween is.
Well, I'm going to come back with lots of sweets.
Yeah, no, I've still not got my Halloween sweets from you from last year. I'll be out of date now, mate, because I've not had a chance to visit
you should hand them on to the kids then when they come knocking.
Yeah. Well, I do love the American peppermint patty mint sweets.
I've still got a pop packet for you.
I know, and I've never. I remembered everything I was to give you at Arcade Club. You did not.
Well, I didn't trust the train journey. Big Gav would have eaten those, right?
He would. Yeah, that would be the next scandal.
Not just the spam, but also your peppermint creams.
Spam patties mixed with chocolate and spam.
I bet that would work, actually, chocolate and spam.
No games, no movies. I just don't do Halloween. Not since the 70s. It's pish.
Oh, no, I love the Halloween. And
what will you be doing then?
So I mean, I always like playing Grab by the Ghoulies on the Xbox.
You know what? I have never played that yet. And being obviously a rare game and ultimate fan, how explain it to me, because seriously, I've never played it.
Yeah, but it's just, you're going around a spooky house. It's twin stick controls, 3D, but you're basically it's very much room by, or area by area. So typically a room, and then you'll have to destroy so many skeletons or whatever the monster is, or vampire chickens or whatever. And it's just running around, picking up chairs and things, swiping at them. But there's also some quick time events. But it's just, I don't know, it's just really, I think it's not the best rare game, of course, but it's It's perfect for Halloween. It's very charmful, and I just love going.
Is
back
that
to
even
it.
a word?
The other one,
Is charmful a word? Because I would always say
I think
charming.
so. It is now.
It is now. Right, okay, right. Just checking. It's like when people say it's addicting. That's not a word. That is not a word.
And the other one I'd always love playing this time of year is, of course, American Werewolf in London on the Spectrum. I adore that. I've got such fond memories playing that one, and I just always love going back.
Great game.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. I suppose, if any, I would always go back and play Luigi's Mansion. I just love that. I adore it.
Yeah, you love that
Yeah,
game,
okay.
don't you? I just don't
It is a Metroidvania game in a haunted mansion. It's superb.
Yeah, it just needs more music.
It does. It has this great thing.
It's that one tune. It's
That copies Anthrax's Among the Living. Goes dum, dum, dum. That's Anthrax. Every time I hear it, it's Anthrax. Rip off. Nintendo, you're getting sued by Anthrax.
Cease and desist.
Here's your own medicine.
Awesome.
Back it.
Well, boys and ghouls, I think it's been a wonderful Halloween spooky special talking all about the retro events and things like that. And, don't worry, we'll be watching you from the shadows. And until next time, Fright fans, pleasant screams and keep it retro.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh, I'm scared now.
Awesome.